Welcome back, Warriors. Back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2 and the 1% Club. So hope you guys doing well today. I did one a few minutes ago. We'll do another one. And once again, please subscribe, like, comment. I use all those type of comments. And today we're going to talk about a topic that it bothers me a little bit, but I also want to indicate that we are in a position to help. Now, we are the 1% Club, right? And being the 1% Club means we're taking our journey, and along those ways, we're warriors fighting battles day after day after day. And with those battles, we're going to have other people battling alongside of us. And things that are happening that's important that we create as many positive types of situations so that people can actually continue on their journey. So we're going to help other people go on their journey. We're going to help other people become aware of the journey and why this is important. This is one of the reasons why, the major reason why I do a lot of these videotapes and download them to YouTube is because I really want to help people. I've seen enough of this throughout the years, and knowing that I'm kind of getting some kernels of truth here throughout my life, and I want to share those and allow other people to kind of learn from those and take what they want and not take other things, but you take what you want, take what you can help you. So we have a journey. We're on a journey. We're on continual battles. We're focusing on trying to be the best person we can be. Okay. Now, along the way, you're going to have other warriors who are going to relapse. You're going to have other warriors who are going to struggle. And one of these areas they're going to struggle with is not only losing energy, but that's also going to create other types of illnesses with people. So you have to realize that when warriors are wounded and they're struggling, we have to try to come to their aid. And so we're talking about levels of stress that we talked about in another video. There's lots of people out there now that have high levels of stress. There's stress levels because of the way the economy is, there's stress levels with the way people are, a lot of other issues that we have, medical types issues out there, things that are out there that are creating a lot of stress with people and anxiety. So we have to kind of take our journey and realize that our journey is also other people's journeys. And other people need help at times to be able to overcome. So once again, going back to stress, I had a couple of viewers and comments talking about some of the physical things that happen when they're stressed out, right? And obviously, the stress level can be very great. You can have panic attacks. You could have dizziness. You can have all kinds of things happening, passing out, types of things like that, because the stress is becoming too great. So we need to try to come to the aid of our warriors if they're wounded. So if they're losing energy, not realizing, right, that they need to continue to be strong and grow stronger, we need to kind of help them try to become a stronger person. We need to look at this and say, okay, how can I help you? Almost like the Good Samaritan who's taken the journey, but they find someone on the wayside who needs some help. We need to be that Good Samaritan and say, okay, let me help other people. Let me make sure that they get injured, because the only way we accomplish our main goal is that to get the world enlightened about things like brahmacharya, sophism, right? Stoicism, right? Celibacy. And allow the people to understand what retention is and how important this is, and not what we've heard all these years from people who want to make money off of us. We need to kind of come to the aid of our wounded warriors. So if a person has lost their energy, if they're totally stressed out, if they're at the point where they can't function as well, we need to try to help them. Because in my estimation, we're all this 1% club we're in, we have been blessed one way or the other over the years to get to this level, to get people to understanding level. We are an understanding level that a lot of people are not. And so we need to kind of bring that to that level, help them understand what these type of things are. So let's focus on our wounded warriors a little bit. We'll take two examples here. First of all, the example of loss of energy. So the loss of energy we talked about before has a lot of negative consequences. When you are when you're looking at, pictures, or you're looking at images, those type of things, you're looking at issues that are dealing with your brain. And your brain is kind of going haywire because all you're focusing is on all these type of things, and you're losing energy, so you're also becoming a lot more immune to things around you. And I do think you open up the doors for ideas and things to come into your brain that you would not normally have. And that's happened to me when I was younger, okay? And so you need to kind of realize that these things can have negative effects on you. So the first thing I would do is kind of take a look at my lifestyle a little bit and see to myself, am I getting caught with, internet pictures or phones pictures? Am I using my brain in a way that's not going to really help me solve the goals? So that's the first thing I would do for some of our wounded warriors, okay? The second thing I would do is kind of have them look at how they're thinking about stress and anxiety. Because a lot of the physical things that happen, in my opinion, start with the mental. And so if you're thinking about these things first, there has to be a mechanism that you have to control that. You have to go back and say, okay, I sense a lot of anxiety, stress. I have this terrible feeling that's happening to me. How can I adjust it? Now, we talked about this when it came to Stoicism. One of the things that Stoic people do, and philosophers, and going back to the Greek, Roman philosophers, back to the times of Jesus and everybody else that talked about this type of thing, is that they avoided thinking about these situations. So when you're in a situation where you're stressed out or you've lost energy and you're trying to kind of get back into the groove, you've got to get your mind off of these issues and to do something else. I remember reading the book, Dale Carnegie talked about how to avoid worrying. And because I was a huge worrier, and this is a time where I was not conserving my energy, by the way. But the idea is that you don't give thought to this type of thing. Do not allow this to enter your brain. And I know it seems simple. Once you do it, it's really simple. But it's very hard to get over the fact that you should be worrying. A lot of people feel they should be worrying all the time. If everything is good happening to me, there's something wrong, right? Well, you can't think like that. If things are happening good to you, there's a reason why things are happening good to you, right? What you want to do is kind of focus on the idea that, keep getting better and better. Don't wait for bad things to happen, because eventually you'll eventually have something bad happen. And it's almost like you're reinforcing your negative thought. So as soon as you start thinking negative thoughts, get involved and busy doing something, okay? Get involved, get your mind off of that negative thought of something bad happening, and don't allow yourself to get into it. It may be exercising, it may be hobbies. Go back and do something that involves your goals. All these type of things can help you get your mind off of that negative thought pattern. All those physical things that some of our wounded warriors are suffering, and I've gotten a bunch of different messages from you guys, those things are all caused first by the mental image, and then it comes into the physical, right? And even things that turn physical, they've happened over the years. And a lot of those things start, gang, from the disease we call stress. And a lot of that is created because people are not able to kind of block that out of their minds and to focus on achieving the solution to the problem or moving in that direction. Okay? So that's why when we talk about this, it's really key to look at some of the examples you've had in history, but look at the fact that as you progress in your life, and hopefully you're on this journey, right? and you take this journey and say, okay, I'm going to continue to be stronger, right? You have to kind of take an analysis yourself and say, where am I, okay? Am I really controlling myself? The idea comes in controlling yourself. If you allow those type of things in your life that control you, well, then you're going to have a lot of anxiety. You're going to have a lot of stress because people are controlling you. And if you stand up and say, okay, I'm going to take control of myself, you're going to have a lot less of that. And isn't that, guys, what we're talking about with helping our warriors here? Helping our warriors stand up on their own 2 feet. The worst thing you can do is help people and make them dependent on you. You want to help somebody that they can become dependent on themselves. And that's a mistake I think we make a lot in society with a lot of our generations we've had. Right? They're too spoiled. They're not really learning how to take care of themselves. And they've got to find that out. Now, sometimes even as a parent, you got to let your child go out and make mistakes. Even though you know that they're making a mistake, they have to make them themselves. They have to figure it out. Hopefully it's not too big of a mistake that can't be corrected right away. But those things are what people need to do on their own. And I think, guys, that's the whole key to trying to solve the situation. Trying to help our wounded warriors. But guys, there's nothing wrong with our soldiers trying to help each other. There's nothing wrong with us trying to come to an aid of someone who is relapsed or someone who is struggling physically or having high levels of stress and anxiety. We need to be there and show them our example, especially if you are feeling a lot less anxious, if you're seeing a lot less of those. And that's kind of what happened to me. I used to be that kind of person that worried about everything. But I realized a lot of that was because I didn't have the kind of self-control that you need to have. And once again, I go back to the journey. And I'm at, I think it's 11 days of monk mode and 86 days of regular retention. Okay? So, guys, going back to this, we need to not forget other warriors in this battle with us. We're not fighting this enemy alone. Others have different parts of the fight they're at. But we have to realize that in order for us to all succeed and for us to grow on this 1% club, we need to get more people to see what the importance and benefits of these things are. We need to help those who struggle, who relapse, who have mental and physical types of ailments and illnesses at the time, so that they can realize the benefits of these things are going to help them overcome anything that they have. All right, till next time, battle on.